Now let's go to the other side of the aisle. Joining me now is Senior Advisor for the Trump 2020 campaign, Steve Cortes. Steve, thank you for joining us. You know, as we get close to this election, it's going to be 100 million people have voted early. How does the Trump campaign read that massive amount of early voting?
Well, look, obviously there's a lot of reasons for early voting this year, primarily the virus, of course. We view it this way. We think that the early voting in 2016, we know, favored Hillary Clinton at that point. And we then more than made up for the deficit that we were behind going into Election Day because we just had a massive game day turnout and really owned Election Day itself. The indications are this year, I wouldn't be surprised if something similar is going on. We, of course, don't know who has the lead right now in terms of the ballots already submitted, but I wouldn't be surprised if we might be trailing a bit. But we do know statistically from our internal polling of our people that we have a far higher percentage of people, our supporters, who insist on voting in person on Election Day versus the other side, versus Biden. So, look, we want our people to vote any way they can, whether it's absentee ballot, early in person, or then Election Day. But we believe that we're going to really own Election Day itself.
And Steve, one of the major categories that you need to own are, we can talk about suburban women, but Latinos. You're Hispanic yourself. How is that looking for you? What kind of number do you think you're going to bring home of the Latino vote?
Sure. Listen, we're really excited about this segment because corporate media often accuses us of not trying to reach out or not trying to grow the movement, and that's simply not true. And the place we've been most successful so far, now we'll find out how it works on Election Day, is with Hispanics. And I think there's two reasons. And to put a number on it, by the way, the most recent Fox News national poll showed us at 42% among Hispanics. Now, I think we can do even better than that come Election Day. However, any number north of 40, near or north of 40%, is extremely problematic for Joe Biden when you look at the electoral map. It likely means that we're going to solidify Florida and Arizona, and it also means that we could probably be competitive in Nevada and New Mexico. But how are we getting them? Well, it's a couple of things. Number one, we're hustling for it. We're working for their votes. We want to earn their support, and we're reaching out in a really intentional and respectful way. If you contrast that to Joe Biden, his idea of Hispanic outreach was to go to Florida and play Despacito on his cell phone in a pretty cringeworthy moment. But it's also not just that we're putting the effort in. It's because we have the policy prescription and the policy record to appeal to Hispanic voters. For example, Hispanics are the most entrepreneurial demographic in America by quite a long shot, actually, something I think we should be really proud of. Well, this president has been magnificent for small business by reducing the regulatory burden upon startups, by tax relief. He is such a pro-enterprise president, both the economy he built before the virus as well as the one he's rebuilding right now. That's exciting to a lot of Hispanics out there.
Let me get to this last voter group, and it's only about a minute or so. I'm sorry about that. But suburban women, President Trump has been on the campaign trail basically imploring suburban women to like him and to vote for him. How's that turning out? It seems to be, if you go by the polls, which I don't, but he seems to be lagging suburban women.
Yeah, listen, I'll be the first to admit this is a challenging demographic for us, but we are seeing some progress lately. And I think we're going to get an assist for unfortunate reasons, but I think we're going to get an assist from what's going on in the last few days in Philadelphia, where we saw some really violent rioting, some looting, just a lot of lawlessness, quite frankly, in a Democrat-controlled city with an awful Democratic mayor, with a terrible local liberal prosecutor who will not work hand in glove with the police. This president has gotten the endorsement of every major police union in the country. And I think, look, safety is important to everybody, but I think it particularly resonates with women, with mothers, that they want safe communities for them, for their children. This president is insistent on that, and we back the blue, and the blue in turn back our campaign and this president.
All right, Steve Cortes, I'm going to say thank you very much, and good luck next week, my friend.
Thank you.